Hey, small business owners, it's time for our weekly book discussion and review. Today I'll be discussing Daniel Pink's To Sell is Human. No matter what type of business you run, of course you have to be able to sell to customers. But you also need to be able to sell your ideas to potential investors, partners, employees, and vendors. So today we're going to walk through 5 key strategies to persuade others and reach collaborative agreements. Tip number 1 from To Sell is Human by Daniel Pink. So you may have heard that you should pump yourself up before you pitch your business, product, or idea. Tell yourself, I'm awesome, I got this, and I'm the champ. And while evoking positive emotions is certainly better than being critical of yourself, there's an even better way to get ready to pitch. You need to practice interrogative self-talk. Rather than saying, I will succeed at this pitch, ask yourself, can I succeed at this pitch? A question rather than a statement will get your brain turning. You'll start to reflect on what was successful in past pitches, reminding you of the strategies that worked well. The question may also spur reminders of mistakes you've made in the past, but that will allow you to avoid those errors in your upcoming pitch. Interrogative self-talk leads to reflection and concrete strategies. This creates genuine confidence rather than manufactured self-hype. Tip number 2 from To Sell is Human by Daniel Pink. When negotiating with a counterpart, put yourself in their shoes, but in a very specific way. Try to imagine what they're thinking, focus on perspective, but don't get too bogged down in what they're feeling. Don't be overly empathetic. When you focus on what your counterpart is thinking, you can identify solutions and middle ground that they're likely to find appealing. But when you focus on how they're feeling, your empathy is likely to lead you to undervalue your own position and lose out in the negotiation. Tip number 3 from Daniel Pink's To Sell is Human. Before you begin a conversation where you're going to persuade someone, remind yourself to exude positive, friendly emotions. Emotions are contagious, and when you're friendly and warm, your counterpart will be less likely to be adversarial and more open to the possibility of cooperation. And as a bonus, an arrangement built around trust and collaboration, rather than combative competition, is much more likely to lead to a constructive, ongoing relationship. Tip number 4 from To Sell is Human by Daniel Pink. When you're trying to persuade others, the art of effective listening is very important. Listening gives you a better understanding of the other party's needs, and it helps build trust, both of which can lead to mutually beneficial outcomes. Effective listening means that you truly need to focus on the speaker when they're talking. Resist the urge to think about your response as they speak. Avoid passing judgment or creating a new strategy in your head. Just listen. Once they've completed speaking, give yourself permission to pause, reflect, think about their words, and then decide on your response. It's going to slow down the conversation, but it will lead to more clarity, collaboration, and trust. Tip number 5 from To Sell is Human by Daniel Pink. Once you've persuaded someone to do business with you, whether on social media, via email, or in conversation, it's essential that you include clear instructions on how they can take action, even if it seems obvious. If you want people to follow your social media account, ask them to follow. If you want someone to sign a contract, explain exactly when and where they should expect to receive the contract and how to return it. If you need them to go to a particular place to complete a transaction, tell them where to go and when would be the best time to arrive. Even if the person already knows this information, they know how to take the next step. When they receive clear instructions about what to do, you generate a plan in their head that helps spur them to action. Small business book review for To Sell is Human by Daniel Pink. If you're reading this book for actionable advice, the first 3 chapters can probably be skimmed or even skipped. You're all set if you already believe that we all have to persuade people on a regular basis, especially as entrepreneurs. However, the following 6 chapters have a wealth of information about how to better communicate with others and sell yourself and your business. Most of the advice is focused on in-person communication with only a touch of online sales references. But Even if you don't have face-to-face sales meetings, you still need to persuade people like strategic partners, vendors, investors, and employees. I give To Sell is Human a 4 to 5 stars for small business owners and humans in general. If everyone read this book, we would all be better at creating cooperative, collaborative, purpose-driven results.